Welcome back, trainers, and we have a nice long video here for you today. We're going to showcase XL Steelix. Now, we're going to be talking about the future here, and that is going to be getting Shadow Onix. You're definitely going to want to add this to your arsenal, and that is one Pokemon you're going to be wanting to hunt down for sure. Because if there's something Shadows do great, that's going to be being a tank as well, because they're going to be taking 20% more damage as well as giving out 20% more damage. So having that bulk just obviously makes a lot of sense being a Shadow. Therefore, you're going to be able to take those hits. Now we're going to go ahead and look at a regular Steelix because Shadow's not out yet, but I just wanted to just give you a heads up so we can see the potential that the regular one is going to be doing here. Hits hard, Psychic Fangs, new move, lowering their defense continuously, and with Dragon Tail, are you kidding me? It's doing so much damage. And then you can run whatever you want for that third move. You can go with Heavy Slam, Crunch. I personally am going to go with Earthquake because, well, we're getting stabbed and you just want that nuke move on Steelix here. With that said, if you do enjoy my videos, give it a thumbs up. Really do appreciate it. It looks like they were trying to catch with that Ampharos, but I was not giving up that energy. No, sir. No. Taking out that Typhlosion with an Earthquake, you better believe it. All right, let's see what we have here. Oh, that's just a beautiful lead. Abomasnow with our Dragonite. Swapping into Tentacruel. Now, Tentacruel is going to be seeing a great swap in with their Machamp. You'll love to see it. So this is going to be alongside it pretty much the entire time, Tentacruel. We will be swapping it out later on for Crobat because Crobat's just my main bat. I love that thing. Always great. I will be showcasing Ursaluna. Just be patient. I don't take submissions, and I'm not ahead of the clock in the world where everybody else is. So yeah, people are going to get it up before me because, you know, they are just the way they do that, right? I'm in no damn rush. Okay, we're going to get it up. Just make sure you have notifications on, and I'll be bringing you some good old juicy battles with this new bear that we're going to be getting here. And also another thing, if you're watching this before your community day has ended, make sure you evolve that because you never know when we're going to get a full moon next and when you're going to be able to evolve Ursaring into Ursaluna again. Alright, so we have a mirror match. 2 Shadow Pokemon. Now the thing is, do we want to shield up? I'm just going to let it go, unfortunately. And we're going to go in here and farm them down with our Tentacruel. I didn't want to farm down with the, I don't know, with the Steelix just because. And of course they have a Swampert in the back. So this is another reason why I took off the Tentacruel. Actually, personally using this thing, really, for a while with the Scold move. I'm really loving this thing. Tentacruel is an amazing Pokemon for sure. So yeah, Crobat's going to be helping us to avoid that ground weakness that we do have with the 2 in the back after we do lose our initial Pokemon. And we're going to be swapping out Dragonite for Poliwrath, and it does so dang good. Alright, now this is very interesting here. Up against a Nidoqueen. So at the health that we do have and them not being a Shadow, we don't have to worry about them taking us out with Earth Power. We will survive. And then Poison Fang and Poison Jab are resisted. See, this is the thing about it. This is going to be one disgusting Pokemon when it does get its Shadow. I mean, it's going to be incredible. Now, you have to keep in mind that you're not going to be able to Mega Evolve it because Shadow Pokemon cannot Mega Evolve. So you got to kind of distribute your candies accordingly. So we survive that. Are you kidding me? Let's go. Steelix holding it down, and we take the win with a couple HP. Let's get it. Now, as a Shadow, you will be, going down to that Earth Power a lot easier, but you're going to be doing a lot more with your Dragon Tail as well as your Psychic Fangs. Okay, so we're going to go for Superpower on the Dragonite here. Figured they're going to shield it up. Yeah, we're just in a bad position all around. Tentacruel, we do have Scold, which can go right through it, but hey, we're swapping into our technically hard counter here. Bringing in the Steelix, and they have a Snorlax out here. Going for the Psychic Fangs. A lot of times it may be better to just go Earthquake, but at this point, I probably should just continue on with the Psychic Fangs. Since they did just lower their stats here, why am I trying to go for Earthquake? I mean, another Superpower, so that's defense down by 2, and I'm going for Earthquake again? Come on, that's a waste of energy. But I guess it's just in the heat of the moment. I'm not really thinking about it. When I'm sitting back doing the commentary, I could visualize everything and see all my mistakes, right? So yeah, definitely shouldn't have went for that, wasting all that energy. Bringing back the Skarmory here, and I'm not in a great position. I'm thinking, okay, yeah, we'll go ahead and shield this up. Dragonite's doing actually a decent amount of damage with the Dragon Breath that's resisted. Gonna go ahead and go for Dragon Claw because we don't want to lower our stats. We just need to bring this thing down low enough that we could potentially farm it down with Poison Fang or Poison Jab. Yeah, not very effective, but they immediately swap and they have a Dragonite back there, and I'm thinking, okay, we could do this, maybe. It's going to be very close. Dragon Claw's going to do a lot of damage. We're going to go for the Sludge Bomb here. I'm not going to be going with Acid Spray, or Sludge Wave, sorry. I just figured we need it for situations like that. Is the Tentacle going to be able to, unfortunately, not get to the Skull? It's all going to be up to the Steelix. I think we're going to have a double KO here, folks, and yep, we do. Double KO. All right, good game. All righty. Moving it on to our next opponent. Got a nice long video, like I said. So I always do this right before Community Day. I don't know why. All right, so we have a bad lead. We're going to be going with the Poliwrath now. We still do not have the Crobat, swapping into the Tentacruel. Frenzy Plant's still going to be doing a lot of damage, and they're going to be bringing in a Wall Rain. Again, another reason why I'm going with the Sludge Wave here, to just give us that coverage so we don't get walled. Having Acid Spray is a great move, but I'd rather just have that kind of nuke stab move ready to go like this. Hitting me with Earthquake, taking me out, no problem at all, bringing in Poliwrath. And we will take a decent amount of damage from the Earthquake, but we're going to go ahead and get this off before they can get to another one here and just take them out nice and clean. Still holding on to our Steelix and 2 shields, bringing in that Venusaur, and well, we're going to be able to do super effective with Psychic Fangs. As much as I want to go for Earthquake, it takes way too long to get there. And we do resist the poison, obviously, but as far as the grass, it's still doing a lot. So we're going to go ahead and shield up that first one. I mean, we're a Venusaur expert. We already know. We don't want any of that Frenzy Plant heat. So continuing on, lowering their defense, doing more and more with our Dragon Tail. Contemplating whether or not I should shield it, had my finger on there for a second, and we do. They retreat, bringing in their Dragonite. So we have Dragon Tail. Let's go ahead and lower that defense. Now they can go for Superpower, which will kind of mess them up, but what we're going to do is lower their stats, swap into Poliwrath, go for a Ice Punch that's going to KO after lowering their stats, and they back out with about 1 HP on that Venusaur, and we take the win. Thank you very much. Steelix, always holding it down. This thing is so damn good. Remember when I first used it? Ooh, I just couldn't stop. It was so good, and you all were supporting it. So we have a great lead with the G-Fist. They're swapping into their Dragonite, and we're going to go ahead and bring in our Steelix here. If they hit us with a Superpower, we will survive it, no problem at all. On top of lowering their stats, we'll be able to farm them down that much easier here. So there's that Superpower. That's a ridiculous amount of damage up to Steelix. I know it's super effective, but that's not even getting stabbed. I guess it was a Shadow Dragonite, though. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go straight for the Earthquake here, and they're shielding it up. Now, we still have Poliwrath, so yeah, they're farming us all the way down. It probably would have been within my best interest to go with the Psychic Fangs, but then they would have just retreated, right? Right after they got, there you go, and it's all done. So Earthquake it is, no problem. And they're swapping into an Altaria, 4 times weak to ice. That's what I like to see. So we're going to go ahead and hit that, swap into our Tentacruel with neutral damage with the Poison Fang. Or I keep calling it that Poison Jab. And hitting me with a Dragon Pulse. Okay, don't see that too often. Usually Moonblast. So very nice, very nice. Going to go for the Scold here. It's not very effective, but it's still enough to take them out. And we're able to do some more super effective damage to their G-Fisk. And yeah, they're going to be throwing right as we do. So this is just perfect. Let's go. Hitting me with a Rock Slide. Not enough to take me out. We still have 1 shield, so do they. And Poliwrath is going to be able to finish this off here. We're just going to be going for these Ice Punches. What's the point of going for Dynamic Punch? Because we already know they're going to be shielding that up. We will survive an Earthquake here, so we go ahead and let it go. Wasn't trying to flex. I was just like, no big deal. Just holding on to the shield. Getting to another Ice Punch. And Poliwrath taking the win. So everything that we currently do have on the team, the Poliwrath, the Tentacruel, and the Steelix, they're all pretty tanky. They've all got some pretty nice bulk to it. Great lead up against a Wall Rain. Let's go. And they're swapping into a Trevenant. So before we do Dip Set, we're going to go ahead and go for the Ice Punch. Super effective damage. And we're going to go ahead and bring in our Steelix here. Which Dragon Tail, I'm telling you, is just going to be adding up. We're just going to go for Psychic Fangs. Shadow Ball, no problem. Not going for the Seed Bomb because it's not necessarily super effective. And Shadow Ball doing a decent amount of damage there. Alright, they're going to be letting it go, and I'm going to go ahead and just call this here. I'm going to say that's a Seed Bomb. Yes, it is. And we're going to be able to farm them down, taking that win there. Beautiful. That's all we needed to do without using a shield. We might be able to even get off a Psychic Fangs here. Great. What was that? Their Wall Ring? Alright, so they could potentially farm us down. No, we're digging in quite a bit. I mean, they could, but it's going to be a little risky for them, losing a lot of health. Bringing in the Poliwrath here, waiting for some sort of swap. There it is. And we're going to go ahead and go for another Ice Punch. And again, we're going to go ahead and dip and bring in our Tentacruel here and have a little fun. I mean, this team was tanking it down. I'm telling you what, it was so good. I was having a lot of fun with it. So having a Shadow Steelix, I mean, it's going to make a little bit of a damper, obviously taking more damage. It's just the way it goes. But you're still going to be able to take the hits on top of doing more damage. That thing's going to be a little bit ridiculous, I personally think. But hey, we'll see. So make sure you get a good one and you TM away frustration when this does happen here for sure. It's going to cost a lot to power it up. That's the thing. To get it into the Ultra League as an XL, oh shoot, that's going to be a lot of Stardust and candy. My goodness. All right, so we're going to go for the Dynamic Punch, taking them out, and of course they have the spacing out its name. I don't know why. Mandibuzz in the back. Okay, taking their last shield. Now we still have 2 shields left here. Obviously they're going to be going for aerial aces, so we're going to go ahead and shield up this first one. Well, we're going to shield up everything that we have to at this point because, well, our last Pokemon has no health. Tentacruel. Alrighty, and we're going to be able to get to another Ice Punch here. Simply shielding this up. And it's so spammy. Poliwrath. Let's get it here. Such a good combination of the team. So we are, you know, rocking 2 water types, which could be a problem, but Tentacruel's not necessarily taking super effective from grass, and it's also got poison. Poliwrath also has ice. So they're swapping into a Electaros. So we're good. I thought I was going to wall it. I was like, Dragon Claw, Thunderbolt, we're good, but they hit me with a freaking crunch. Of course they do. At the same time, this is actually working in my advantage. So we do not come out of this battle with too much health, and that Scrafty's going to be able to farm us up, right? So we want to be as low as possible, so I kind of just let them do their thing. Hit me with another crunch, please. Bring me lower. Great. Great, farming them down, and the Scrafty's not going to be able to do too much farming here. Going straight for the Earthquake. Let's see if we get a shield. No shield. I mean, man, damn, Scrafty taking that hit like no problem at all. Unfortunately, going down with energy and bringing in the Poliwrath, going right for the Dynamic Punch. Thought they might try to swap and catch, but no, they're going to be shielding it up, and we can let this go. What are they going to hit me with, a Power Punch? Yeah, exactly. I mean, that counter is really going to start adding up. If they shield this up, there's something in the back that doesn't want to see Poliwrath, and we're going to have to swap immediately into our Tentacruel here. All right, so building up a little bit more energy, and there we go, bringing in the Tentacruel, still holding on to 2 shields here, and we're going to let this go. Foul play, nah, not really too much of a threat here. I think we may want to, I don't know if we call this, let's see, foul play, yeah, good call, farming them down. And they're not able to get to another charge move. What's in the back? Oh, they have their own Tentacruel. So we're going to go ahead and go for the Scolds here so we can try to lower their attack. Poliwrath's going to get walled by this thing. But if we get them low enough, we're going to be able to at least do some damage to take them out. So we're not in a horrible position. And we still have a shield left too. So we're looking pretty good. See what happens here. Hitting me with a Scold, surviving, getting to another Scold. And at this point, we want to swap out. They're going to be able to farm up here. Can we swap? Yes, and we immediately do. They already know it's over. They back out, getting a Tentacool to back out up against a Poliwrath, huh? All right, moving it on to our next battle. We're going to be met with a good lead wall raid. Let's go. What are you swapping into? A Lowland Muck, or yeah, Lowland Muck. Okay. Well, Poliwrath loves this matchup as well, so we're going to stay right where we're at for a second. Throw that Dynamic Punch. Bring in the Steelix, because we are going to be having a good matchup up against this here. Alright, so if I do recall this correctly, they hit me with 2 Acid Sprays and then a Dark Pulse here. So we let this Acid Spray go as well. And this Dark Pulse is actually going to do a lot of damage. They just debuffed us by 2 stages, and it did a little bit more than I suspected. But hey, it's still okay. No problem at all. At least we're going to be able to farm them down here. Come out of this with energy. Dark Pulse, yeah, bringing us down into the low yellow. Or to the low red. And then they swap into the Escavalier to try to snipe us here. Ain't happening. Going to be able to get out the Psychic Fangs while they did lock themselves in here. So this is another one of those situations where why I want to rock the Crobat. It was a little bit too weak to ground here. So going to go ahead and bring in the Poliwrath because they did swap. Okay. And it's, I mean, I'm not mocking or anything. I'm just saying we're in a good position. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Letting the Earthquake go, farming up a little bit more. And it was at this moment that I realized you know what, screwed up, because that's not enough. And now Icicle Spear is not going to be doing too much, but it's going to be bringing us low enough, and I need to survive. Can we farm him down? Oh yeah, beautiful. So we got to be quick here. Can we get to the Dynamic Punch? I don't know about that. We have no health left. So we're going to go ahead and swap and bring in our Tentacruel and go for the Scold. We're trying to really finesse this battle here. We do resist the counters, and if we can get one more shield, we're good to go, and they do not have 2 drill runs. Simply shield this up, and we have an Ice Punch ready to go on the Poliwrath. Once we do get the shield from them, we win. that's a wrap. So they do shield it up. And they're getting off another one here because we resist their counters, and they're getting a little nervous, getting a little low, throwing that energy, going for the Ice Punch, and taking the win. It's a good thing we held on to that energy here in Poliwrath. Thank you very much. Let's go. Moving it on to our next battle here. Man, it's a long video. It's crazy doing these after making those, I wouldn't say short ones, but around 10-minute videos into a 30-minute one here. So we're met with a Swampert. This is great. Do we have, all right, we got Crobat on the team. Not necessarily a matchup that we want to be in with the Crobat up against a Swampert, but it's still a decent one here. But this is probably going to be the best place for the Poliwrath to be. Shielding up the Earthquake because I was getting sick and tired of getting hit by those Earthquakes from those damn things. So good call there. And we can let this one go. We will survive it, no problem at all. And we're going to be putting on the pressure. If they want to win this, they're going to have to shield up. Going for an Ice Punch and making them think we're going for a Dynamic Punch. They will survive this. Oh, and they're not giving up the shield. So unfortunately, I'll talk that all back. I'm going to have to double shield this like an idiot. Okay, lovely. So we have barely any health left. We got to be quick. Bringing in a Scrafty, going for Dynamic Punch. This is perfect. If we get a shield, they let it go. Okay. Winning swap though. Bringing in our counter, which is going to be Crobat here. And this is great. If we can build up enough energy and lower their stats with the Poison Fang, let's see what they have in the back. Nidoqueen, great. Well, this is actually getting a little nervous here. So I could have maybe just went for the Shadow Ball, right? But since we did lower their defense, bringing in the Steelix to lower it even more with the Psychic Fangs here, it's just going to be adding up, and we're just going to be able to overcome this. But what about the Scrafty? He's going to be able to counter us down. Well, the Crobat's going to be able to come in and take charge of the whole Scrafty situation here. So going for another Psychic Fangs, getting their shield finally, and well, we have no more shields left, so we're going to just go with another Poison Fang. Bring it in the Scrafty, going for the Psychic Fangs. Is the Steelix? No, I swap in with the Crobat at the last second. I remember I did that. I was like, ooh, haha, cool guy. Oh yeah. All right, next battle. Met with the Drapion. This is a good lead here. Sludge Bomb is going to hurt, but Dynamic Punch is going to devastate it, and they make a catch. Okay. Well, you can't say that was a good catch with that Giratina. Damn good catch, but I was kind of laughing myself because I said, I got a tank too, buddy. You bring it on, okay? So Dragon Tail is going to be digging in. It's just going to be within your best interest to keep going with the Psychic Fangs, I would guess, in a lot of situations here, just in case they do shield. See, the problem of building up to the Earthquake when you do have Psychic Fangs to make them think you're going to go with Earthquake, but then you go for Psychic Fangs, is the fact that you're going all those quick moves without doing extra damage after lowering their defense with the Psychic Fangs. So just go for it, right? Bring it in the Drapion. Could have went for Earthquake, but at this point, they're going to be able to be very spammy. So we're just going to go ahead and lower their stats before we do retreat. Now a Dynamic Punch is going to be within almost KOing range, but that's not enough to take us out, and their quick move is definitely not going to be able to take us out, so they go for another one. They're like, panic! Swapping into their Ninetales, that does have Charm, bringing in the Crobat, taking that win, they back out. We're looking good. Moving it on to our next battle. What are we going to see? Poliwrath every time in the lead. And a Swampert. You love to see this right here. So we are going to be doing that whole shield up the Earthquake deal. All right. See, and I said it many times, and I'll say it again, though, for the new people. This is what makes it a little bit more difficult, too, because people that watch me and then do encounter me in Go Battle League are going to be able to absorb the strategies that I'm talking about here. So a lot of times I do have to switch it up. I'm not trying to make it seem like everybody's watching me, but you know, okay, we know what's good here. So letting the Earthquake go, yeah, doing a lot of damage there. And we're going to go ahead and throw that Dynamic Punch, taking out this Swampert, 1-to-1 shield, bringing in a Nidoqueen, getting to the Ice Punch. Let's go. Now they're going to be able to farm up a decent amount here. So we're going to go ahead and bring in our Crobat because of our quick moves, doing a pretty decent amount of damage, especially if we keep Poison Fanging it here. Probably, again, should have went for Shadow Ball. I think I keep going for Poison Fangs here because they are just so low at this point. Might as well. Yeah, okay. So going for the Poison Fang, lowering their defense, going to do even more with their quick move, unless they have Stone Edge. But then again, at this point, since they did double drop our defense, I think an Earth Power would be enough to take us out pretty much. It would be very close. I think it would be enough, but they go for another Poison Fang here. So we're going to be able to farm them down. They're swapping, actually. They have an Escavalier, which we have a massive resistance to counter, but since they lowered our stats 2 times, it's taken a decent amount of damage. So we're going to go ahead and swap into our Steelix, and here we go. Here's the true challenge. This thing has counter, super effective. Drill Run, super effective. Can the Steelix hold it down? Now, they have no more shields left, all right? So let's see how much Drill Run does. Okay, okay, see, this is the damn tank I'm talking about. Let's get it, Steelix. Hitting them with an Earthquake. Come on, we can take this win here. Just a couple of Dragon Tails to take out that Nidoqueen. 1, 2, and we're taking that win with the Steelix at the end. Let's go. Next battle. Let's go. Not let's go, let's go. All right, so we're met with a Giratina. Galarian Stunfisk. My goodness, my mind is everywhere right now. And they're swapping into a Skarmory. We're going to go ahead and bring in our hard counter, which is going to be that Steelix here. So what do you want to do in this situation? Well, I go for Earthquake. I'm like, okay, let's just see how much this does. We've been here before. Surprisingly, Skarmory... Skarmory's like, nah, man, I'm the Steel family. We're going to have to, you know, have a pretty good battle here, and I'm not a pushover. We've seen Skarmory take out Galarian Stunfisk before, literally countering it. It's like, well, what the hell's going on with this thing? Skarmory, it's so stinking good. In Great League and in Ultra League, of course, you have to have it in XL here, but hey, still putting in that work if you did get that candy to power it up. Going for another Psychic Fang, getting desperate at this point, like, crap. I'm not going to shield. I'm not using a shield. Make me. Going for a Sky Attack. Thought it might be a Brave Bird, but we take them out here. And we have energy on top of that. Going for a Psychic Fang. It's not like, oh, man, you beat the Skarmory with a Steelix. That was crazy. It's more like the Skarmory damn almost beat me. That was crazy. So they have a Charizard at the back. Okay, going for the Ice Punch. Getting a shield. Swapping into our Crobat. We still have 2 shields left. And now we need to look out for a Blast Burn because that's going to be doing a lot of damage. So we're going to be... oh, man, it's this one. I think they keep going Dragon Claw. We don't see one Blast Burn from them. I'm pretty sure that's the case here. So we're lowering their stats because, well, you know, that's just the way we want to play it right now in case they do shield up. Shielding up another Dragon Claw. Okay. Okay, I wanted to farm down. I was like, come on. There's no way that's Blast Burn. All right, Dragon Claw. Great. And now we're going to go ahead and just start throwing the Poison Fang here. Should have went for Shadow Ball, maybe. But it doesn't really matter because we've got the Poliwrath in the back. Earthquake's going to be doing a decent amount, but we're going to be able to spam really fast here with the Mud Shot that we do have on this thing. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can get their first shield with an Ice Punch. Come on. Beautiful. All right, so if they get to a Rock Slide, that's not enough. I thought it might be, but it's not going to cut it here. So let's see. Rock Slide survive, getting to the Dynamic Punch. Will this KO the Galarian Stunfisk after lowering their stats here? And it does. Oh, one more quick move. Not quite. They bring in the Charizard, and we have a Poison Sting, Poison Fang. Damn, I keep getting it wrong all dang day today with this video. But we take that win because we are holding on to our energy. Great. Moving it on to our next battle. Met with a Trevenant. There we go. That's a bad lead. Swapping into our Steelix, and they're going to be bringing in a Greedent here. All right. Bring it on, little Greedent. So they go for Body Slam. All right. Just not to undermine, not to, you know, certain explain type of thing, but you may want to go for Crunch. Just a little heads up. I don't know. Maybe it was just a miss push. Whatever. Maybe they're just trying to get my energy or shield. So now they're going for a Crunch. Very good. Very good. Going for a Poison Fang. Psychic Fangs. Yeah. Look, I got a lot of sleep too. What the hell's going on? Okay. Letting this Crunch go. And, well, that Greedent really did hold it down. It said, I'm not going out without a fight. Coming out of here with energy. Going for the Psychic Fangs up against, what was that? Trevenant? Okay, yeah, great. And we have the Crobat in the bag. So we've lowered their stats here. Shadow Ball is going to hurt. So we're going to go ahead and shield this up and calling it. Good call. And they're going to be swapping into their Galarian Stunfisk, in which we're going to be bringing in our Poliwrath to have a nice little counter talk with this thing here. So going straight for the Dynamic Punch because we're in a great position to do so. We're going to let this go, hitting me with a Rock Slide. Oh, hey, Earthquake's not going to quite cut it. We're going to be in a couple HP left, I do believe, at this point. They're shielding up the Ice Punch. Great. And we're going to let this go as well. Do they hit me with an Earthquake here? And we do survive. Oh, more than a couple HP. And we're even able to get to an Ice Punch. That's the power of this Poliwrath. I mean, that's why I call it Goliath. Let's get it. And it doesn't even have the ideal IVs. Same with the Steelix. They have great IVs. The Steelix is 100%. The Poliwrath is damn near 100. Alright. So they're XL, but they're not the correct XL. And they're still putting in the work. And we're taking that win there. Great. Moving it on to the next one. We're met with a Shadow Gyarados. Please tell me it has Waterfall. No, it has Dragon Tail Legacy. That's not going to be good because it's doing a lot of damage with that. Although the Steelix will have a little bit of a fun time going up against it. And I think we're going to see how much an Aqua Tail is actually going to do. And it does a ridiculous amount of damage. I like to say it does a pretty penny worth of damage here. Going for another Ice Punch. That Dragon Breath is really accumulating. They're going to be able to farm us down. Unfortunately, not. for them. Going for the Ice Punch at the last second there, getting a shield from them, bringing in the Steelix. Now let's see how much Aqua Tail is going to do. I do not want to shield it up. Okay, well, we shield. Okay, always opposite. Shielding up the first one. Okay, I figured they had two ready to go. All right, surviving with 1 HP, and it does. Oh my goodness, about 40%. It's a lot of damn damage. All right, so we're not looking great here. Bringing in an Obstagoon, which has counter, potentially cross chop. This is not a good situation for me. Going for Earthquake, doing some big damage, and swapping into our Crobat here. Going for the Poison Fang. I mean, the only thing we have to worry about at this point is probably Hyper Beam, right? That's the only thing that they're going to be able to do to combat this. They farmed up a bunch, so I had to really call that. They were playing mind games there. They have an Escavalier. Much different situation than before because we haven't been debuffed by 2 times with our defense. And we do go for the Poison Fang here because of our quick move, doing a decent amount of damage because they are going to be part bug. Drill Run, actually doing a decent amount as well, but they're not going to be able to outpace me here. We do have the Steelix in the back, which is kind of low on health. That counter is going to do a decent amount. So I think I do shield this one up here, and I try to farm them down. Can we actually do that? 1, 2, 3, and we take them out. Got a Poison Fang ready to go. We resist the counter on the Obstagoon. We're in a great position to be in here. Swapping into the Steel Wars, trying to, and they're throwing their charge move here. And they've got 2 charge moves. Remember, they were farming up a whole crap load. So let's see what happens here. Do we survive? And we do. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching, and take care, traders.
The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Hey! So you're finally here! Fantastic!
Touch the cat. This is the